Modern medicine has progressed a lot in the last few centuries, so much so that it has now become possible to 3D print human body parts in a lab and then use them to save lives. But it hasn't been like this forever. Even when people didn't have access to the sophisticated tools of today, people got ill with diseases, and they also were treated and cured of those diseases. But how? The answer can be found in ancient medicine systems like Ayurveda, which has been used for thousands of years to treat the ill and diseased. Want to find out more about this ancient system of medicine? Stay tuned till the end of this video as we look at everything there is to know about Ayurveda. And if you are interested in all sorts of health and wellness videos, consider subscribing to our channel. Welcome to Wellness, as we release several new videos each week. So what is Ayurveda? Ayurveda is the oldest known system of medicine that could be said to have originated in India more than 5,000 years ago. Unlike modern medicine, Ayurveda doesn't have extensive literature that could be used to gain expertise. This is because the teachings of Ayurveda were passed on to the next generations by the word of mouth, not through pen and paper. Accomplished masters would pass on their life work to their dedicated disciples, who would vow to pass the baton to their own disciples. That's how this ancient wisdom was preserved. Though the West hasn't accepted Ayurveda as it is, many of the natural practices and healing systems that have become popular in the West in the recent past, like homeopathy, can be traced back to Ayurveda. If you're curious about the word Ayurveda itself, you don't need to worry too much, since it isn't taken out of a spell book from Hogwarts, but rather it has a very profound meaning. Ayur in Sanskrit means life, and Veda means knowledge or science. Thus, Ayurveda means knowledge of life. What's the difference between Ayurveda and modern medicine? The main focus of Western medicine is to deal with symptoms and diseases. It uses drugs and surgery to rid the body of harmful pathogens and get rid of damaged tissues. Although drugs can save lives and treat many ailments, many times they are accompanied by harmful side effects that can weaken the body. Ayurveda, on the other hand, focuses on overall health and well-being. It encourages the maintenance of health through the attainment of balance in life, through therapies like massage, yoga, and meditation, special diets, lifestyle changes, and the use of herbs. According to Ayurveda, just like we have a unique fingerprint, we also have a particular pattern of energy, which is a combination of physical, mental, and emotional characteristics. This pattern is already set in stone at the time of birth, and it remains the same throughout the person's life. The common term used in Ayurveda to describe this pattern is dosha. This concept of dosha is fundamental to the Ayurvedic teachings, as a person's dosha is believed to determine their personality and health. So what are these doshas? Before that, you need to know another core Ayurvedic belief. According to Ayurveda, the world is made up of 5 elements: space, water, earth, fire, and air. If you minus space from this, it would sound exactly like Avatar, the last airbender. But don't get your hopes too high, as you won't be able to breathe fire or create tornadoes with Ayurveda. But these elements are still important, as different combinations of these elements form the 3 fundamental doshas that all humans are believed to be made of. These 3 doshas are known as Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. These doshas are believed to be responsible for physical, mental, and emotional health. Every person has a unique ratio of each dosha, with one standing out more than the others. The way to find out your dominant dosha is to visit an Ayurvedic practitioner who will look at different aspects of your life and your personality to determine your dominant dosha. Now let's look at each of the 3 doshas and what they might mean for you in an Ayurvedic traditions. Vata dosha. It is said to be composed of 2 elements, air and space. People who are dominant on Vata dosha are usually described as slim, energetic, creative, and known for thinking outside of the box. However, they tend to get distracted easily, and outside factors like weather and people can affect their mood. Also, they are more prone to sleep issues and digestive problems. Ayurveda suggests that a person with a dominant Vata dosha should follow a regular daily routine, manage stress through meditation and calming activities, maintain a warm body temperature, and consume warm foods and drinks. Dietary Guidelines. According to Ayurveda, Vata-dominant people should consume warm, moist, and soft foods like berries, bananas, peaches, brown rice, lean meat, and dairy. On the other hand, foods that should be avoided include bitter, dried, and cold foods like raw vegetables, cold desserts, dried foods, nuts, and seeds. Exercise recommendations. Vata-dominant people should focus on activities that involve constant movement, like cycling, running, walking, and yoga, etc. Pitta dosha. It is said to be based on fire and water. Pitta-dominant people have a tenacious personality, muscular build, an athletic body, and an aptitude for leadership. They are usually intelligent and quick learners. On top of that, they are usually highly motivated and goal-oriented. However, their aggressive and tenacious nature, that's sometimes bordering on impatience, can be off-putting to some people. That can end up in conflicts. They are also more prone to acne and inflammation. These people should focus more on work-life balance, as they tend to push themselves to extremes. Dietary guidelines. Ayurveda suggests light, cold, sweet, and energized foods for pitta-dominant people. These foods include fruits, non-starchy veggies, oats, and eggs, whereas foods to avoid for pitta people include heavy, spicy, and sour foods like red meat, potatoes, and hot spices. Exercise recommendations. Since pitta-dominant people tend to push themselves too hard, they need to be told to restrain themselves, especially in the scorching heat of the summer. Team sports could be a viable option for pitta-dominant people, where they would be able to satisfy their competitive spirit while staying active. Kapha dosha. It is said to be based on earth and water. People with this dosha as dominant are usually strong, thick-boned, and caring. They are known for keeping things together and being a support. Not only that, but they are also generally happy, wise, and calm, and can find time for romance. As for their body, they generally have strong bones and joints, and a healthy immune system. On the other hand, they tend to have issues with keeping their weight down, are sometimes told off for being sluggish, and could have other issues like mucus buildup and depression. In addition, unlike pitta-dominant people, they're not self-motivated and thus require regular doses of motivation to keep the engine running. For good health, Kapha-dominant people should focus on regular exercise, a healthy diet, maintaining a warm body temperature, and establishing a regular sleep routine. Dietary guidelines. Spicy, acidic, and filling foods are recommended for Kapha-dominant people. These foods include most fruits and vegetables, whole grains, eggs, low-fat cheese, unprocessed meats, and hot spices. On the other hand, heavy fatty foods like fats, oils, processed foods, and nuts and seeds should be avoided. Exercise recommendations. Since Kapha-dominant people lack self-discipline and require motivation and encouragement, they work best with a workout buddy. As for the exercise to target, they should focus on a mix of cardio and weight resistance exercises to stay motivated. General guidelines. Many success stories have been iterated by people around the world. They have reported beneficial results of following the Ayurvedic diet, but studies on how food balances dosha or how digestive function changes based on the season are just not there. The beneficial results could also be attributed to the fact that the Ayurvedic diet is largely composed of natural, unprocessed foods, so there shouldn't be any harm in trying these out, even if you're a bit skeptical. But still, if you have medical conditions and follow a specific diet, you might want to check in with your doctor before starting an Ayurvedic diet. Similarly, the concept of dosha-specific exercise routine is also novel to the scientific world. Hence, this information should be taken with a grain of salt. It's best to consult your doctor before starting a new exercise routine. Lifestyle practices and Ayurveda. A routine is considered a cornerstone in Ayurveda that can keep you in sync with the elements, as they like to call it, and thus promote good health. Since Ayurveda focuses on whole body healing, practices like yoga, meditation, mindful eating, sleep hygiene, spending time by yourself, and managing work-life balance are of prime importance. Although no Ayurveda-centric research has yet been done, studies show that routines and the practice of pre-planning the day are associated with healthier lifestyle habits, such as exercise, healthy eating, and improved sleep. Similarly, meditation and mindfulness are not just practiced by Vedic of India. The practice of these techniques can be found in many cultures across the world, and thus a lot of research has been done on their effectiveness. This research points towards the use of these practices in lowering stress, improving quality of life, and enhancing creativity and decision-making. Though the concept of doshas and lifestyle habits based on them is still alien to modern science, you cannot go wrong with incorporating these healthy habits into your life. Finally, to summarize, Ayurveda is the oldest known system of medicine that has been around for thousands of years. It is based on the concept of dosha, which is a unique blueprint of our personality, tendencies, and nature. According to Ayurveda, these doshas are composed of a combination of elements out of the 5 basic elements that everything is made out of. These elements are water, earth, fire, air, and space. There are 3 doshas, namely Vata, Kapha, and Pitta, which correspond to a unique personality with unique traits. By following a dosha-specific diet and exercise routine, one can hope to achieve a balance in life that would, in effect, promote good health. To find out your dosha and dietary and lifestyle recommendations for your dosha type, you should visit an Ayurveda practitioner. We have also tried to give a general overview of what it would look like, but it's no substitute for professional help. Also, since the concept of dosha has not gotten any scientific validation yet, the info provided in this video should be taken with a grain of salt. With that, we come to the end of our video. We hope that you benefited from this video. If you did, please hit the like button and share this video with your friends and family. Want to see more videos like this one? Please subscribe to our channel, Welcome to Wellness, and press the bell icon as well so you never miss another video. We'll see you in another healthy video. Until then, take care.